Hi, Deon. Any new injuries or nibbles going into this week that we need to know of?
No, unfortunately not. We've still Sia and Andre, obviously they are monitored, go through their protocols. So we're waiting for the doctors just to keep us up to date in terms of their progress and when they will be ready to return.
Deon, I can imagine after the performance against All Blacks, it will be one of the goals to make a huge step up front against the Pumas on Saturday.
No, definitely we've had a thorough look in terms of our performance. We've been quite honest in terms of our performance, I think across the board in the various departments. And I think as individuals, as coaches, and as a team, we obviously acknowledge that we could have been better, and that would be our drive going into this game, building up towards the rest of the year. It's just to have an improved performance.
Just in terms of selection, what is the team management geared towards this type of week? Is it finalizing the combinations that you probably already know are going to be the ones you rely on in the World Cup, or is it still room to put a pin on some of the names where you can pencil down, still have a chance of getting on the plane? How do you guys balance that as a team of management and selection?
Now, obviously, our main aim is to put a team on the field this week that we believe can give us a positive result. And every time we select a team, we select a team that we believe have the best opportunity to get the best rewards. But obviously, we also look at building match fitness combinations going into the World Cup. So that will stay part of our strategy in the background as we prepare for this game, playing Argentina next week, and then building into those two friendlies against Wales and France. So yes, obviously everyone knows that they have to put their hand up and they have to improve their performance and take their chances. And if there's someone that still wants to knock the door down, if he gets an opportunity, that will also be looked at.
Question for Cheslin. Just how is the competition amongst you guys, the outside players, and how is it again just over the you guys to just this higher level?
No, 100%. I think, as you said, the competition across the whole team is phenomenal. I think at the end of the day, we're not individuals that's pushing for one position. We also try to make sure that we learn from each other as one, and we bring out the best out of each and every one. So there's quite a lot of competition in a lot of positions, and it's only for the benefit of the team. And it's always good to have, because it keeps yourself on your toes as well. And also at the same time, as I said, you just get to know somebody else better, and they might be pushing you to be better as well.
If I could just ask Frans and Cheslin, I know you guys wouldn't want to dwell too much on the All Blacks game, but I just want to know how you guys feel about your individual performances in that game and where your mind's been between now and then.
Hello everyone. I'll go first. As Coach Deon said, that was not the performance we wanted. So you asked individually. Actually, there's a few things that we reviewed after the game, and a few points and aspects and part of the game where I need to be better, and I think that counts for everyone. And worked on it last week and still continue to work on it.
Maybe from my side, I think, as Frans said as well, I think not one of us that played on that evening was up to par from what is expected from us. And we obviously need to look at ourselves and make sure that we pitch up on game day. And yes, there's a lot obviously that we can work on and take from that game in terms of learning and going forward as well. So from an individual point of view, there's always room for improvement, and we weren't close to playing at our best. We were obviously just being dominated that first 20 minutes of the game.
Good afternoon. Deon, just talk us through to find balance now, because one would feel that there is an idea of who's going to the World Cup, but there's also the getting the mileage in the players with also having hope, harboring some hope of winning the Rugby Championship, depending on what happens between Australia and New Zealand in that one. But just talk us through how are you coaches managing that fine line of performances, but also keeping an eye in front with the warm-up games and the World Cup in mind.
I think I think the players have got a clear indication in terms of what we want to achieve and how we approach stuff. Obviously, we also look at game time. We look at our when last was players involved, how many games did he play, what is the current performance of the team, what is the current performance of the players, what are the areas where we can improve. And there's honest and open feedback in terms of that. And I think everyone has a clear plan in terms of when he gets selected, that's an opportunity for him to stake his claim going forward. Every player also understand, and the team understand in terms of what is needed in order to improve from the one game to the next game. And with all those different variables in mind, you understand, we try to find a balance between ensuring that everyone has an opportunity, that the team performs, but that we also, with those opportunities, build towards the right, if I can name it, framework in terms of getting the right mix together when we hit the World Cup. So yeah, it's different variables. Sometimes it gets influenced with injuries. Sometimes it gets influenced with performance. So you have to take all of those things into account in order to get the mix right and get the right message and selection over in order to create a good result.
Cheslin, just in terms of Ellis Park, I know you have quite extensive experience playing on that hard, fast field, against rugby. I don't think you've actually played at Ellis Park as a Springbok yet. Is that a potential prospect that you would look forward to if you get selected, particularly, given how it sort of like seems conducive to guys of your fleet-footedness?
Yeah, no, 100%. I haven't had the opportunity to play at Ellis Park, so definitely if the opportunity comes for the weekend to play, it will definitely be fantastic. Obviously, a massive capacity within the stadium, and obviously to get that opportunity to represent your country and play one massive game will be special. And just for the supporters that from the outside and the games that I've watched from the side, the atmosphere looks fantastic, and it's just for them to come out in the numbers and support the team, because there's our last home game as well before we leave, hopefully to Wales, New Zealand, and the World Cup as well. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it, and if that opportunity comes, we'll be excited.
And just to follow up, sorry, just as a player, did you enjoy when you did play Super Rugby and stuff? Did you enjoy the surface and the conditions in general, for wingers?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a quick pitch, and for the type of rugby that I like to play, obviously running definitely plays a big part. But the pitch conditions, the stadium is really fantastic, and I've had a lot of good memories there and a lot of tough ones as well. So yeah, I'll look forward to it when that opportunity does come.
Deon, I know obviously Jacques said the plan stays the same this week going into that, but after New Zealand, do you feel like there's a little bit more pressure or a little bit more, just to get things back on track for you guys?
And obviously, as I said, Brendan, we last week we had a really in-depth look in terms of our performance, and we feel that we are better than that. And for us going into this week, it's going to be to focus on the things that we can control, right? And I think if we do that, taking accountability, as I said, as individuals and as a team and as coaches in terms of what we want to achieve, I think that will be the only pressure that we will put on ourselves in order to be better. And I think we, as I said this morning, also we have a clear idea in terms of what is expected. I do believe the players do have it. I think we have a quality squad with quality of players. I don't think you can become a poor team after one performance. So I think we still believe we've got a good mix of experience and quality players, and we've got the right plans going forward. And it's just a matter of us just putting the stamp of it and executing it better. And I think we will turn things around.
Just to follow up on that, was it maybe a good wake-up call in terms of when in this period leading up to the World Cup, that it's not in the World Cup, it's not too close to the World Cup, but there was enough time for you guys to obviously have a look and fix whatever needs to be fixed?
I think the biggest thing is lesson would be that it shows that how close the margin is between the top teams in the world. If you're just slightly off in terms of your game, you can get hurt. But if you're up to it and the other team are off, okay, you can get good rewards. So I think the most important thing taken from that game is to ensure that from the start that there's laser focus in terms of what we want to achieve, and have an extreme focus of becoming consistent to strive for excellence, and that is what we're going to do.
Deon, what have you noticed from the Argentinians throughout this rugby championship campaign? And what are you guys doing, or what are you planning in terms of nullifying them and also trying to impose your game plan on the Argentinians?
I think from past history and also looking at them now in the rugby championship is that they're a team that plays with a lot of pride. They are a team that just don't go away. If you look at the last game against Australia, they fought until the end to win the game. In the previous game against New Zealand, they had a slow start, but they actually won the second half and came really hard, really back into the game. So for us, yes, we expect it's going to be a grind for us from the start. If you wanna get a certainty in this at this level, it's important that you control momentum from an attack and defensive point of view, and that you play in the right areas. And obviously, also in terms of our skill set, which were one of the areas maybe where we could have been better last week in terms of execution. I think those things needs to be on track, because Argentina has got a good, strong and aggressive set piece, and they've got also some extreme speedsters at the back that when you concede momentum or when you concede possession, it can count against you. So for us, it's going to be this week going against Argentina is expecting it's going to be a grind from minute 0 to minute 80, and yeah, that is what we prepare for.
Frans, when you look at Argentina, you look at Argentina's compared to New Zealand and Australia, will they provide any other different answers that may come in handy for the warm-up games and the World Cup?
You know, it's obviously difficult to compare them, but Argentina is a team that, you know, we're going to be faced with their challenges. I think they're a very physical side. As Coach mentioned, they don't go away. They play the full game, as we saw against Australia. And then, obviously, to come back to us, you know, we need to fix certain things that weren't good or good enough on our path. And yeah, I think the focus and the main focus will be on us.
Just as a follow-up, a lot of teams post the New Zealand defeat has been the fast start. How much work has been put into ensuring that the box starts that have been good at some games, haven't been good at others, will be rectified gradually as the World Cup progresses?
Obviously, we looked in depth at that game, and what went wrong were certain scenarios, specific tactics or aspects of the game, as I said earlier. And you know, we were honest with each other, and we focused on exactly that certain part that went wrong to fix that, and not, yeah, that's probably my answer to that.
France, New Zealand obviously got away with milking a couple of penalties. I think one or two against you, one against Kitsy as well. You guys were obviously lazy runners. Is that been some focus on that just to make sure that obviously those easy soft penalties don't get?
Yeah, definitely. Those two, well, I can't speak on behalf of Kitsy, but in my case, I just need to get out the way quicker. It's as simple as that.
Just in terms of you guys right now looking forward to Saturday's game, what are sort of the targets that you guys have set with you and coach have set, sort of the objectives that you guys want to hit on Saturday?
Obviously, there's a plan and structures in place that the coaches work quite hard through the week, and that we obviously need to go implement on the field. And yes, there is going to be a massive battle between obviously dominance and the aerial contest in this game, and I think just the way the Argentina boys have been performing the past 2 weeks, they've shown what they can do, and just by the outside backs that they have as guys that's been in the 7th circuit, and they bring quite a lot to the team in terms of energy and just a bit of X factor as well. So yeah, for us, our main focus is making sure that we know what is expected from us, what the plan is, and making sure that we don't just execute it, but we do it to the best of our ability. Because test level, you get one opportunity, and that's it. The opportunity that can either win or lose the game. So we need to make sure that we well prepared. And yeah, as everybody said earlier, we had a hard look on what happened in New Zealand, and yeah, I can see there's a big mind shift from the team as well.
So Cheslin, do you feel you owe the try in New Zealand that maybe want to make right this week when you missed?
No, it's obviously it does play a big part, but things didn't go our way at all as well, and we weren't up to where we need to be up in New Zealand. So I'll just make sure that I can play my part within the Springbok team, and make sure when there's opportunities like that again that I've worked on it throughout the week and can capitalize on that on game day.
Just that whether you'll be kicking for goal or not, we'll see with the team selection on Tuesday. But just talk us through how enjoyably you've embraced the responsibility of goal kicking for the Boks whenever you be given the opportunity.
Yeah, no, something I always work on whenever there's training. So I've continued doing so for even though I wasn't kicking at at club level or at international level. I've always just make sure that I've kept progressing in that, and if there's opportunity or injury or something, that if the call is for me to kick, that I'm not just thrown in the deep end, that I have confidence in doing so as well. But yeah, we'll see obviously once the team gets selected what will happen the weekend. So yeah, if it comes to me kicking or not kicking, I'll do my best in terms of helping the team and making sure that I'm more confident basically.
Any English questions? Afrikaans?
Frans, jy's die stadium van 'n loopbaan van die veterane in die span. Hoe vergelyk hierdie span met uiteraard die groep waarmee ervaring is 4 jaar gelede, maar hoe vergelyk hierdie groep die span, die groep wat 4 jaar gelede is?
Is so 'n interessante vraag. Ek dink soos ek vroeër ook gesê het by 'n ander vraag, spanne vergelyk is baie moeilik. Soos ons almal weet. Maar ek dink daar het heelwat ouens oorgebly en ek dink ons het 'n paar senior ouens wat klaar gemaak het na 2019. Maar ek dink ook daai rolle is goed vervul deur ouens wat ook weer die Engelse woord die step up gemaak het, is wat ek sê. So ek dink ons het 'n baie, ek wil sê baie dieselfde nie, want jy kan dit nie vergelyk nie, maar ek dink omdat daar 'n groot deel van die groep nog hier is nogal goed vir kontinuïteit. As ek die vraag beantwoord.
Frans, weet jy nou genoem het op, jy weet net soos wat dit moeilik is om spanne van jou uit jou eie geleerde te vergelyk, is dit ook waarskynlik 'n bietjie moeilik om teenstanders heeltemal te vergelyk, maar net gegeewe die reputasie van die Argentyne, jy weet, as soort van meesters, jy weet, en harde ouens by die scrums en dinge. As 'n stit in die geheel, vind jy nog steeds ons bietjie van 'n natuurlike intrige en 'n opbou, jy weet, na Argentynse toets toe, jy weet, as dit by die voorrye kom?
Verseker. Ek dink hulle het oor die jare ongelooflike scrum kultuur en ek weet hulle glo ook vas in die scrum en ja, 100% en ons sal moet reg wees vir dit.
Ek kan maar kan ek 'n vraag vra?
Ja.
Coach, goeiemôre meneer. Ek het 'n vraag oor die unit vir Cheslin. Kan ek vra terugsoem die opleiding van die wedstryd na Nieu-Seeland en hoe jy na hierdie Argentynse span. Hulle natuurlik die wet as 'n span waar jy fokus op jouself, maar jy speel die opponent hierdie naweek. 'n Span wat oorloop waarskynlik van selfvertroue na hulle vertoning. Hoe sien jy uit na hierdie wedstryd? Dit is net so 'n side show bietjie. Voor julle Saterdag in Argentinië speel, ek is seker weet as 'n sokker kyk, maar ek sien Banana speel in Argentinië Vrydag. Het julle enige woord van motivering vir Banana en kan jy iets uitvoer by die wedstryd in die aanloop tot julle wedstryd sal?
Ja, eerstens, ek dink natuurlik is ons teleurgesteld in ons vertoning verlede week in Nieu-Seeland. Ek dink ons het natuurlik gegaan om baie goed te doen en om die wedstryd te wen en dit het kon so uitgewerk nie. So ons het 'n deeglike analise van dit gedoen en ons sou graag die komende wedstryde wil gebruik om dit reg te stel. Natuurlik, ons speel teen 'n formidabele opponent in Argentinië. Het is nooit 'n maklike wedstryd teen hulle nie. As jy kyk na hulle wat hulle bereik het oor die afgelope jaar of 2, hulle het Nieu-Seeland in Nieu-Seeland geklop, hulle het Australië in Australië geklop. Hulle het verlede week met hulle geveg tot aan die einde toe om die wedstryd te wen. En ook in die vorige wedstryd in Nieu-Seeland het hulle aanhou veg en eintlik die tweede helfte gewen. So ja, dit is 'n opponent wat nie weggaan nie, wat vir 80 minute gaan speel. So vir ons om 'n goeie resultaat te kry, gaan dit 'n spanpoging verg en 'n spanpoging vir 80 minute. En natuurlik het ons die les geleer uit die vorige wedstryd dat rugby is 'n wedstryd wat gespeel word vir 80 minute en nie 50 of 40 minute nie. En dit is wat ons graag sal wil regstel. Tesame met die dinge wat ons geïdentifiseer het, wat ons voel ons op kan verbeter.
Ja, net van my kant af, dan vir Banana net sterkte toewens vir Saterdag aand. As Suid-Afrikaanse rugby span of enige Suid-Afrikaner ondersteun ons elke Suid-Afrikaanse span wat ons land teenwoordig, so net vir die vrouens sokkerspan net sterkte toewens vir Vrydag aand. Soos hy nou genoem het, dit lyk meer Suid-Afrika teen Argentina hierdie naweek, so ja, net sterkte aan hulle, maar ja, van ons kant af sal ons hulle dophou en ook net fokus op ons doel en ons wedstryd vir Saterdag ook.
Suid-Afrikaans, die kry dat jy vir die eerste keer op Ellis Park gaan speel as 'n Springbok, die ervaring vir jou vir die span as geheel, hoe belangrik in die laaste wedstryd op Ellis Park?
Yes, ek glo vir my dit gaan nie net oor 'n individuele ou nie, dit gaan oor die span en vir my as ek gekies word vir hierdie naweek gaan ek so nog 'n geleentheid en eer om die trui oor my kop te trek en as 'n span net te fokus wat ons moet doen en aan werk en seker maak dat ons meer as reg is vir Saterdag se wedstryd. So ja, ek sal baie uitsien om my debuut op Ellis Park te maak as 'n Springbok speler. So ja, een wat ek baie voor uitsien.
Jullie All Blacks in Nieu-Seeland geklop, maar het nou langs die Wallabies in Australië geklop. Dink jy julle meer selfgeloof van hulle wedstryd speel soos Saterdag in die morgen?
Ja, natuurlik, ek dink as jy sukses op see begin behaal, dan moet dit as motivering dien vir jou om te begin glo dat jy dit op ander plekke ook kan doen. Ek dink vir hulle om Suid-Afrika te speel, net soos vir enige ander span, is 'n groot motivering. Maar natuurlik vir ons ook as 'n trots vir ons om goed te doen vir ons eie toeskouers. So ja, ons berei daarvoor dat dit nie 'n maklike wedstryd gaan wees nie en dat ons op ons allerbeste moet wees om te sorg dat ons hierdie een deurtrek en regstel op Ellis Park.
Everyone happy? Cool. Thank you guys.
Dankie.
Baie dankie.